Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 hardest Mario levels. For this list, we'll be looking at the most challenging obstacle courses Nintendo's mascot has had to overcome. However, we're only looking at Mario's mainline releases. Which of these levels made you rage the most? Let us know in the comments below. Number 20. Para-Beetle Challenge, Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3. While this seminal classic was ported to the GBA, Nintendo added some much appreciated new features. One was the ability to use the handheld's e-reader to scan cards and add new content, including levels. By far the hardest was the Para-Beetle Challenge. On this level, Mario must jump from the backs of Para-Beetles as they fly across the screen. Easier said than done. They're extremely small, you have to keep pace with the camera scroll, and there are almost no other platforms. A Tanuki power-up will definitely make it way easier. But even still, you're bound to fall at least a few times before you reach the end. Number 19. Wing Mario Over the Rainbow, Super Mario 64. There are a handful of secret levels that utilize this entry's wing cap, but we'd only advise going after this one if you're aiming for 100%. Found next to the entrance of Tock Clock, more on that later, this cheerful looking course left many players feeling just the opposite. The course tasks you with collecting 8 red coins spread across some clouds. It sounds simple enough, but the flight controls are hard to get the hang of, and they only feel more clunky with each passing year. This resulted in countless plunges beneath the clouds, which spits you back out at the castle's entrance and forces you to make your way back. Number 18. Don't touch anything, New Super Mario Bros. U. Jumping on enemies and collecting coins is simply in Mario's nature. The player must show mad restraint while taking on this challenge, as the objective is to get through the entire course without touching anything. This is only made harder due to the abundance of coins in your path and those pesky Lakitus throwing spikes everywhere. If Mario weren't in his mini form, this course would be virtually impossible. Even with that slight advantage though, you'll be lucky to get just a bronze medal when all is said and done. Number 17. World 8 Fortress, Super Mario Bros. 3. As one might expect, the final world in Super Mario Bros. 3 is just as deadly as it looks. The fortress level found towards the end will put you through the ringer. Tight spaces, conveyor belts or lava, annoying roto-discs, and all the classic enemies placed in just the right spots to be in your way. As if all that wasn't bad enough, the level is divided into 2 sections with a series of doors that take you between them throughout. If you don't know the doors to enter in order to progress, you'll have to backtrack through traps you've already made it through. Number 16. Lily Pad Ride, Super Mario Sunshine. You might think that riding on a giant lily pad would be pleasant, but certainly not here. Mario gains access to this hidden level after unlocking Yoshi. Although it's pretty short, it is a major pain. Players must ride the lily pad down a river, collecting the 8 red coins along the way. Making this much more difficult is the quick current and the fact that Mario must use FLUDD to push the lily pad at the right angle. If you fall in the water, you die, and the lily pad sinks slowly as you ride it. It manages to cram a lot of frustration into mere moments. Number 15. Tock Clock, Super Mario 64. As cool as it sounds to have a level set inside a clock, all the moving parts and complex mechanisms make for one seriously challenging level. Its layout and the speed at which everything moves will be different depending on the time when you enter the level. Regardless, it will usually be incredibly easy to fall to your doom. Each star requires a lot of climbing to reach, so every misstep or fall hurts your ego that much more. Plus, Bowser's various minions along the way are sure to add some extra stress while you attempt your daredevil jumps. It's an awesome concept, but being one of the final worlds means your enjoyment will be limited. Number 14. World 8-7, New Super Mario Bros. Koopa Koopa Troopas and their various turtle brethren are some of Bowser's most loyal minions. And World 8-7 of New Super Mario Bros. Is like one big family reunion for all of them. In addition to those regular enemies, it features just about every variant of the Hammer Brothers in existence. Platforming through Koopa Troopas and their flying counterparts is Mario's bread and butter. But when fireballs, boomerangs, hammers, and body-stunning shockwaves are also being hurled your way, things get a lot trickier. As much as we love the DS, its controls can make some of these jumps cumbersome, especially those to moving platforms. Number 13. World 8-3. Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels. Hammer Bros? Why did it have to be Hammer Bros? These minions of Bowser are some of the most frustrating foes Mario has ever encountered. World 8-3 is overrun with them, as well as a number of other trials. This lost level especially had gamers scratching their heads towards the end, where the pulley platform rests beyond their reach. You need to hit a couple of secret blocks in order to make the jump. And this is why we're so grateful for the internet today. Number 12. Fire Bar Sprint. New Super Luigi U. Originally released as DLC before becoming a standalone release, this reworking of New Super Mario Bros. U is automatically much harder than the original. That's because it's built for speedrunners. You only have 100 seconds to beat each level. It reaches peak punishment during this grueling level in its final hidden world. As the title says, Luigi must sprint through a ton of giant fire bars, which spin in different directions and at different speeds. If you try to be cautious, you run the risk of running out of time. If not, it's entirely likely poor Luigi will be burned to a crisp. This is a level perfectly designed to make you rage. Number 11. World 9-7. New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Ice levels are hard in any platformer, as they make everything twice as challenging. But World 9-7 is a new level of awful. Most of the ground is made up of ice that either holds munchers, invincible flower enemies that deal damage as soon as you touch them, or coins above a pit. The level is also populated by fire-spewing piranha plants just waiting to melt everything around you. If they don't, you will by accident, because the only power-up found on this godforsaken stage, other than a super mushroom, is a fire flower. It forces you to rush through lest you die against the onslaught. If you don't, you'll very quickly have nowhere to go. Number 10. World 8 Airship. Super Mario Bros. 3. The World 8 Airship is possibly the greatest 2D Mario level ever conceived, not to mention one of the hardest. Although the entire Dark World is an arduous trek, it's this particular airship that'll put your gaming skills to the test and make you scream at the top of your lungs. You'll definitely want to cover your P-wings for this level, seeing how it's easy to fall and even easier to get stricken with a wrench. Faster than your average airship level, with obstacles always on the horizon, it's easy to see why some angry video game nerds consider this world to be hell. Number 9. Pachinko Machine. Super Mario Sunshine. Putting Mario inside a pachinko game sounds like a really awesome concept. While this hidden mini-course from Super Mario Sunshine is indeed a lot of fun, it's also ridiculously challenging. With Mario getting launched into the air like a pinball, you'll need perfect aim, precision, and timing to collect all 8 red coins. If you fall down the opening at the bottom, then it's back to square one. You know the absolute most frustrating part is? Once you do nab every coin, the shine sprite appears in the trickiest possible area to catch. You're so close to victory, but even closer to potential doom. Number 8. Tubular. Super Mario World. Tubular finds the player having to navigate through a gigantic gap full of football players and jumping piranha plants. Unless you've got a cape or Yoshi on hand, the only way through this is inflating Mario like a balloon. If you get hit or run out of power, Mario will go tumbling down and your controller will go flying at the TV screen. This has got to be one of the weirdest and most trippy Mario levels ever brought into fruition, which is saying a lot. As you might expect, it amounts to an insanely difficult special zone. Number 7. Special 8 Crown. Super Mario 3D Land. Many modern Mario adventures end by pitting every single platforming skill you have against an absolute juggernaut of a level. While Special 8 Crown isn't as hard as some others, it's still plenty damn tough. Its opening sections consist of annoyingly placed enemies and some very small platforms, meaning your hand-eye coordination will need to be spot on. Then you just have to deal with a duo boss fight, a distressing switchboard ride surrounded by death, a field of fire bars with falling platforms, and a flaming maze as a giant clone chases you. Going into it with the Tanuki power-up is extremely advised. Though if you lose it, good luck, because there aren't any checkpoints. Number 6. Luigi's Purple Coins, Super Mario Galaxy. Of all the coin collecting challenges in the Mario franchise, Luigi's Purple Coins is quite possibly the most inventive and difficult. Landing on a planet shaped like 8-bit versions of the Little Green Brother, the objective of this level is to collect 100 of 150 purple coins. This level constantly keeps you on your toes with rotating tiles, disappearing tiles, and poisonous water. A valuable piece of advice: be sure to leave a trail open back to the starting corner. Otherwise, you'll never be able to reach the star and cash in on your payday. Number 5. Long Journey's End, Super Mario Odyssey. Odyssey instills a sense of wonder and magic in the player, getting you excited for each new world. And Long Journey's End proceeds to beat it out of you. It's the final challenge in the game, meaning Nintendo pulled out all the stops. It tests you on every capture in the game and every Mario mechanic, new and old. One of the biggest hurdles is how Grand Nintendo made it to fittingly cap off the globe-trotting adventure. And because there naturally aren't any checkpoints, dying means repeating giant sections of gameplay at a time. At least Nintendo allowed Mario to keep his health bar. Other games weren't so gracious. Number 4. World C-3, Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels. The Japanese version of Super Mario Bros. 2 was initially considered too hard for North American gamers. And yeah, it is relentlessly hard. One of the most vexing levels in the entire game is World C-3, in which the player must hop from platform to platform via springs. While that's already pretty tough, this level kicks things up a notch with violent winds that can blow you away. You rarely know where you're going to land, and it's likely you'll collide with an enemy. Believe it or not, this isn't even the most brutal stage the game has to offer. Number 3. Champions Road, Super Mario 3D World. Although modern Mario games arguably aren't as consistently hard as the classics, each one throws in a level that gives pro gamers a run for their money. Champions Road from Super Mario 3D World is a maddening journey without a checkpoint in sight. Unless you're a hardcore player, we'd strongly advise that you enter the world with a power-up. Due to their jumping skills, Luigi and Peach are the ideal characters to get through this unpredictable obstacle course composed of vanishing boxes and dash panels. If you can conquer Champions Road with every character, however, then you truly deserve a golden crown. Number 2. The Impossible Pack, New Super Mario Bros. 2. It's called the Impossible Pack for a goddamn reason. If the name of these downloadable courses aren't already an obvious indication of their difficulty, the dry Bowser icon at the beginning certainly is. So what exactly makes it so dangerous? For starters, you have to power through 3 courses with 0 power-ups in one sitting, so it feels like one long level. Although this is a coin rush challenge, there actually aren't any coins in the level. The amount of coins you earn all depends on how much time is left once a stage is completed. So if you want to score 100 coins, make best friends with those green clocks. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Perfect Run, Super Mario Galaxy 2. You can't call yourself a Grandmaster until you've completed the perfect run in Super Mario Galaxy 2. If you thought the ultimate test was impossible, the perfect run ups the ante with no checkpoint flags and only one piece of life. Each tribulation is more over the top than the last, which only makes it more gratifying when you achieve that final star. As challenging as this level is, the perfect run also exemplifies everything we love about the Mario games with its inspired gameplay mechanics, crazy environments, and endless creativity. Even if you can't beat it, you're still going to have a ton of fun trying. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.